Because my next guest is the one and only Marcel Brindöpke. Somebody has a letter, like, hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here. But I have to sit. I really have to sit.
You really have to sit?
Yes.
You feel uncomfortable talking down to me, right?
Exactly. I don't want to feel up to this.
Yeah, it's okay. So, I stand. Nice to have you here as a sponsor, not only here. Happy to say that Marcel heyconnect is also the main sponsor for the ECD in London, which is a very great thing. We plan a lot together, but first of all, maybe all of the guys know you because you
I don't think so, really.
Well-known face in the market, but if you please introduce yourself, what you do, what does heyconnect do?
Yes, yeah, indeed. I'm Marcel. I'm one of the two co-founders of a company called heyconnect. And as the name indicates, we connect people, things and people, in this case brands and marketplaces. And my role in the company is basically strategy, business development, doing sales, and yeah, trying to flourish our business and always trying to figure out what is next in the market so we can adjust our service portfolio.
And why do you love what you do?
Well, one of the reasons, honestly, that I kind of found it. So there must be some reason why I like it. And I think one of the reasons why I like it is that it's one of the few things I actually am capable to do of. I'm in the market now for 15 years, started in Otto, and I always liked the idea of bringing goods and brands to people, while normal retailers possibly wouldn't show them because they wouldn't buy them. So that just the opportunity to sell on marketplaces, to reach new customers and new markets is something great. And we just figure out that this is a bloody hard thing to do, and that not many brands are capable of doing it. So it's basically supportive. I have this kind of helper syndrome. So that's why I love what I do, because I can help people.
That's great. And what does heyconnect do maybe special, or what does make it so successful? You're very successful at the moment, maybe more than ever. We can say that.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. Corona didn't do us harm, I have to say that. I think what makes it kind of special is that we kind of fill a service gap. So, I mean, a lot of people, if you don't definitely know it, I mean, if you're a brand, you want to sell a marketplace, there's so many things you have to worry about, you have to deal with. And especially when we started the business, I can remember when I worked for Otto and we went to brands and tried to tell them, you can now sell on a marketplace. And they said, that is great, what do I have to do? And they said, yes, this is the logistics guide. And this was like a book, a phone book. And next to that, they gave you the content guide. And then they gave you the API guide. And then they said, okay, and now you have to read this, and we expect it to be live in 4 months. And this is where basically, if you're a brand and you're basically about producing goods, and you're very creative, and you go to the fashion week, and this is nothing you really want to worry about. So you really have a problem if a retailer doesn't buy you in a wholesale business, and you have to deal with all the marketplace hustle. And that's what, at least back in the days, made us special, because we were one of the first brands who basically took care of the whole process between creating a good and make it ready for sale and being live on a marketplace. And marketplaces back then, even worse than today, I'd say, were basically old-fashioned retailers with a legacy infrastructure, so they were not really capable of offering a great service to get onboarded. So we thought, okay, why not being a technical integration for a platform, but someone who understands fashion and the goods on the partner side. So this kind of chameleon, more or less. When we talk to our fashion partners, we wear red, fancy scarves, and we're big in the industries. When we speak to platforms, we are wearing our baggy pants and talk like tech guys. Yeah. So that's how we try to build the service bridge between brands and marketplaces.
I think that's a great thing. You talked about the helper syndrome. I mean, a bit of that is certainly true, to also be there and really have that really helping approach and be supportive, and of course offer a lot of services that help. But you talked about how you came to it and how it developed, so also for you now maybe to look into the future. So what lies ahead 1 year from now? What is happening with heyconnect and with the world? Tell us.
With the world? Oh wow, in a minute. I really wouldn't dare to speak what we can achieve in the market as a company, because there are many obstacles in the way. So What I think is, or where my head is going on, is what is beyond marketplace. Because what we've seen now is that we have a couple of marketplaces. Every kind of larger retail concept becomes a marketplace. But when you see how fast things changes, a couple of years ago, I was on stage and was telling about how bad operations are. Next year on stage, I said, okay, now we are dealing with retail media as one of the core issues for marketplaces to generate more revenue and for brands, to become more transparent and visible on marketplaces. And this is like a 2-year time span. So what I see is that we now have a trend that marketplace kind of the end game in the retail business. There's one further step, and that's basically social commerce. Because if you look what a platform actually is, a platform is an IT service with a CRM module. So you provide the technology to try to get as many customers on it as possible, and the partners provide the goods. If you have a look at social media, and let's say take Instagram or TikTok, they provide the technical infrastructure, but the CRM part now is the actual influencer. So within one technical infrastructure, you have millions of platforms. Every influencer is an own platform. And it's a different business model, because you can sell, compared to a marketplace where you sell many of, or let's say few of many, so you have a lot of product range, but you basically sell 20, 30 pieces. You come now back to many of a few. So you're coming back to the kind of bestseller logic which you had in the wholesale business. So it's a totally different business, but it's very important because this is like the next, maybe final step in marketplace business. I think that this is another complexity coming in, where brands have to think how to deal with it. And I think this is very exciting because now you have to do the operations right, the fulfillment becomes more complex, you have to deal with retail media, you have to think about your branding. This is something where social media also comes in place, and you have to deal with new selling formats, as you said, video formatting or sending goods to influencers. 360
minutes is...
I tell you, that's a lot.
And we didn't even talk about the metaverse, and I don't want to talk about the metaverse.
Because I have no clue about it. No, I'm told for this.
It's interesting to talk about it because they all say this is the next kind of field of play, but let's do the social commerce first.
Yeah, stick to real stuff.
Thank you. Are you ready for the questionnaire? Or?
Well, I was listening to the questions Robert had to answer, and I was
very good ones, right?
Yeah, I hope
copy pasted.
I hope I got the same questions, so I'm a bit prepared. So all the kudos to you guys that you actually managed to answer them properly.
So I do the other pack. No,
the other pack. Okay.
No, it's really only the beauty lies with the same question. So, what is your favorite fast food?
Actually, yesterday when I came here, I was so pissed that I actually missed a play. So I really went to McDonald's, had 20 chicken nuggets, 1 double cheeseburger, and a 0.5 Coke. And that's my soul food.
20? And?
It was a long drive up here.
Yeah, well, we were...
I finished them before the train starts. So
20 chicken nuggets, I have to try that. Okay, what's the one thing you own you really should throw out?
I would go with the same stuff I never use, and that's my palette, unfortunately. I have it, I should use it. I'm very good at having excuses not to use it.
What was the best day at work in your life so far?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I would say founding the company. When you come from a large corporate company and then you go to all the authorities to found a company, which can be good. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, by the way. But that was kind of exciting. And I remember that the day, it was New Year's Eve 2010 when I left Otto, and I was I live in Hamburg. We have a beautiful lake in the middle of the city, the Alster. And there was a large fireworks, and I was looking at the fireworks and thought, oh my God, what the hell have you done? Why on earth did you leave a safe company with a okay salary? And I think the first thing next day I did was I had a meal in the city, and I couldn't pay with my Otto company card, of course, which was then deducted from my next month's salary. So I went home to my wife and said, I can't do that anymore. I don't have any money. I just need some breaks next day because I can't afford to eat out anymore. So that was basically exciting because it was very, very unsecure and something you were coming up.
So the first thing you did, you incorporated a heyconnect company card to pay, right?
This would have been nice. No, the first thing I did was actually selling my car so I could pay the rent. So that was basically it.
What is your favorite action movie?
I was thinking about it. I would say it's 96 Hours. I forget what the main actor was, but I like his kind of movies because basically one of his family is taken.
Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson, exactly.
His family is always taken, so it must
It's basically taken, and he's fighting back, and he's ruthless, and I like the ruthless part.
Ooh.
Yes. Because in these movies I can do what I can never do in my real life. So that's
I told you we got to learn about the character a bit, yeah?
exactly.
Okay.
This is very unfortunate you didn't ask for my favorite love movie, because they will be much better because it's love action.
Okay. Window or aisle?
Today I would say any plane, I don't know, which is on time. But indeed, it's not only window or aisle, it's basically emergency exit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the next step of it.
It's the next step.
Yeah.
Last time when I came back from Spain, I think, when I sit in a normal seat, it's too short for my upper leg. So I basically have to, normally I would say I would like to stand. That would be the best thing. And exactly, I don't care how long it takes, as long as I can stay, because my knees are getting old.
Okay, so emergency seat or first class?
No, I don't care. I don't really care.
Well, company card, maybe.
Yeah, but then it's second class at the highest.
What is the most used app on your phone?
I would also go with WhatsApp, but to say something new, I would say Instagram. I think I follow 2 or 3 institutions, and they're all tennis videos. So I watch funny tennis videos on Instagram.
And old tennis videos from matches from the 80s or whatever.
Yeah, well, they're very, because they are blurry, so you can't really see them.
Yeah.
But not the new videos, so I can follow some tournaments, see some highlight reels.
Okay.
As they are called.
You only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What song is it?
It's Primavera from Ludovico Einaudi.
For what?
Ludovico Einaudi.
Ooh. You prepared that.
Just when I heard the question, because the point is I have basically no clue about music. I know what rap is, put it this way. So when I heard the question, I thought, like, okay, what could be my favorite movie? And this song is a music from a video where it shows in slow motion tennis points from Roger Federer, this is where I got to know this music, and I just love the music because it's like holiday for the brain. You can sit somewhere, you can hear it straighten out your brain activity, so it's actually quite cool. So I can recommend Ludovico Einaudi in general.
And describe your company in 5 words, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words.
I was really able to prepare for that. We are here to help.
Marcel Brindöpke, ladies and gentlemen.